Well, in some other news, the latest episode of the Inside the Ice House podcast dropped early this morning, just in time for your commute. And in this 479th episode, I sat down with Jim Espositio. He's the president of Citadel Securities. Since 2016, the firm has played a pivotal role on the NYSE trading floor, as it is the biggest designated market maker. In our conversation, Espositio told me why maintaining a physical presence on the exchange remains critical, even as technology continues to transform how markets operate.
As AI and machine learning trends become more and more important, is Citadel Securities going to somehow have less people, or are the insights and judgments that people provide going to become somehow less relevant in the future? We don't think that's the case. And so, yes, we're very proud that we've had a big impact increasing operational scale and efficiency by leveraging technology. Our company was founded in 2002, and one of the first places we tried to innovate was on the floor of the New York Stock Exchange, and that was by bringing more efficient technology solutions to bear and to provide ultimately a better client experience. But we never thought that meant we wouldn't have any people on the floor. The service that we provide as a designated market maker here on the NYSE is critical to corporate clients in this country.
Well, Espositio is still in the early days of his tenure as president. He was appointed to the role last August. And as our conversation unfolded, Espositio reflected on his early discussions with Citadel founder Ken Griffin and how the opportunity to work alongside Griffin and Citadel Securities CEO Peng Zhao convinced him that this was the ideal next step in his career.
Literally, the first call that came across my phone was Ken Griffin. Ken saw the announcement and he picked up the phone and he called me and he asked me to come visit him in Miami. And he already thought he might have an interesting opportunity for me to discuss with him and to consider. And the rest is history. I spent hours with Ken learning a lot about Citadel Securities. And then when I got to know Peng Zhao, our CEO, I quickly realized what Citadel Securities was building was completely different than anything that existed anywhere else on the planet. Peng is really, ultimately the architect for when I describe the quantitative researching capabilities of our firm. Peng himself has a PhD in statistics from Cal Berkeley. He's probably rated a top 5 statistician on the planet. Peng is an amazing, amazing quantitative researcher. And the relationship that I built with Peng was instantaneously very rewarding because we have complementary skills.
Well, toward the end of our conversation, Espositio looked ahead to the future of Citadel Securities. Now he and Zhao are shaping the firm's growth for sustained success ahead.
Everything starts and stops with the client experience. We've had a materially positive impact lowering trading and brokerage commissions, increasing liquidity, and that provides a better end user client, and we're really proud of that. Mm-hmm. When we think about the client experience, providing a seamless front to back experience, leveraging technology, we think there's a lot more we can do for clients on that front. Imagine a world where a client can live in your ecosystem, run pre-trade analytics, do sensitivity analysis, access data sets that they might not possess, model their portfolio, model a potential trade or reshuffle they want to do, and then click to trade with Citadel Securities.
Thanks again to Citadel Securities President Jim Espositio for joining me on the podcast. And the Inside the Ice House podcast drops new episodes every Monday morning on all of your major podcast platforms. You can catch the full-length video episodes on the NYSE TV app and, of course, on the NYSE's YouTube channel.